Hi, my name's Geoff McFetridge, and I'm an artist. Growing up, I knew that I always wanted to draw. Finding a way to have that in my life, I didn't really know how to do it. When I was in high school, me and a group of friends started making a zine. What I sort of discovered through making the zine was that it had the same energy as like drawing, but it was something different. And I sort of saw I just like making stuff. And so that sort of opened me up to this idea of like doing graphic design and making t-shirts for friends' bands and skateboard graphics and snowboard graphics. And it sort of like opened up this world of like, oh, I can make things that I like, the stuff I'm interested in. I became the art director of Grand Royal in the mid-90s. Grand Royal was sort of at the height of its powers. Like it was the era of Lollapalooza, and the Beastie Boys were like a headlining band that had a record label and a magazine. Definitely through Grand Royal, I met a ton of interesting people that I continued to collaborate with. And it sort of set a course for me in Los Angeles, which was sort of a new city for me. I really like collaborating with brands and doing projects. In some ways, it feels more like play. It doesn't feel like work. I get to meet people, I get to be exposed to how people make things. When I meet someone who makes something, it's like, well, how do you make it? Like, I'm truly interested. Warby was opening their first store in Los Angeles, like around 2013. They called me in to do an art element. So I did a mural on the wall and sort of a wallpaper design over this column. I did a number of sketches, and they were just felt like directly pulled out of the work I was doing at the time. Then the mural at Abbot Kinney, sort of the exact same thing. When I make something for Warby Parker, it just looks like a piece of my art. And I think that says a lot about Warby Parker as a brand, that you work with a number of artists and that each artist has sort of room to like be themselves, and it still works within the brand. For the collaboration, we designed 2 new sunglasses, Atwater and Edgemont. They're both based on vintage styles that I actually wear. The idea was for me is like to make something wearable. It's not like an art piece. You know, these are glasses, like I want glasses that I'm gonna wear. Yeah, I was excited to like make my first pair of glasses. It was sort of rewarding to get the prototypes I could actually put on my face, and they felt right.